In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your cooling fan on your Kia Soul. It's located on your radiator. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to take off our wheel. Sometimes the wheels get stuck and you got to hit them with a rubber mallet to get them off, like that. Do the same on the other side. We're going to take out these 3 grommets, and then we're going to go underneath and take out a couple under there. Using a Phillips head bit on my drill, we can take these 3 out. Now let's go underneath. Let's take out these 2 on the bottom. Sometimes you gotta put pressure on it in order to get that center part out. Now you can peel that away. And do the same on the other side. Now we can peel this away and just tuck it behind your wheel. Do the same on the other side. Remove your 4 grommets. Here, 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 and there. If you have a few that got stuck in there, they'll come out once you pull down on this. Now we're going to take out, there's 5 bolts holding this engine splash shield on. We're going to take out these 5 bolts. There's 2 in the back, 3 in the front. Using a 10mm socket. And our last one is over in this corner. Just make sure you keep a hand on the splash shield. And you can lower it down. Using an 8mm socket, we're going to take out this bolt here. Do the same on the other side. Use a 10mm socket and remove this bolt and also the one on the other side. I'm going to use a Phillips head to remove these 4 grommets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm using a Phillips head. Take out this grommet as well so you can leave yourself some room. Now you can move this out of the way and just put it off to the side. Using a 10mm socket, we're going to take out these 2 bolts. Now we're going to take out this bolt using a 12mm socket. Push down on this tab and pull out. Set that aside. Using a long flat trim tool, you're going to slide it underneath the headlight and pull out. Like that. There's an extra step on this side, the driver's side, for the headlight, and that's to remove this diagnosis plug. So you're going to use some needle nose, and you're going to push the ears together and push it out of its holder. Like that. And then you're going to need a trim tool and then release that harness from the headlight as well. Go. And now we can remove the headlight. So pull up, make sure you have a knee on this side to hold your bumper, because now it's just going to come right off. There you go. So as you can see, this is where the screw was, and then there's tabs that are underneath that stick through, which is why you got to pull up. These are the tabs. So when you pull up, it releases them from there. Next, you're going to undo your drain plug for your radiator. You're just going to twist it to the left. You may need some pliers if it's stuck. I'm going to use some needle nose. Make sure you have a drain bucket below. Now you can put your drain plug back in and close it down. Remove your coolant hose, this little one for the reservoir, and take it out of this bracket as well. Just push in, it should come out. If you have to, you can squeeze these little ears right here to help push it out. Set that off to the side. And now we're going to take out these 2 bolts with a 10mm socket. We're going to take the hose off of here and spin your hose clamp up and then lower it down. Midway is probably good. And now we can crack this hose free. Make sure you hold the top. Now you can use a pry bar and take off your hose. I would jam it down in here and push it off. Now you can bend the hose up a little bit and get this right out of the way and leave it attached. We're going to take this plastic piece off on this side and also on the other side. To do that, you're going to use your pry bar right here. And you're just going to pull that out. And then you're going to do the one on the bottom as well. After you undo the little locking tabs here, you're going to shimmy it this way because you got to clear this lower bumper. And then you can push this one off. And just keep turning it this way until it comes out. It will take a little finagling to get it past that metal part of the bumper. And do the same on the other side. Using a short 10mm socket, we're going to take out these 2 bolts, and there's 2 on the other side as well. And then there is the same thing on the other side of the radiator. There should be another one there, but ours is missing. And now I'm going to go to the other side of the radiator. Now we're going to remove this, pick it up, and set it aside. You're going to push down on this and then pull. Set that aside. You're going to take out this bolt with a 10mm socket. And do the same on the other side. Now we're going to pull up and unhook it from the bottom hooks, which are right down here. There's one on each side. Then you're going to maneuver it around this hose like that. You can also just take this hose off if you really want to. That makes it easier. And pull it right out. Now we're going to put our fan in. You are going to have to get it past that hose. Once you do, you're going to line up those hooks and slide your fan into them on the bottom. Make sure you get them in at the same time, or it won't work. There we go. Now we can put our bolts in. There's one on each side. And we can snug those up. Now we're going to plug in our fan. Just slide it on, make sure you hear that click. Now we're going to put our bracket on for our radiator. Line up the hole with the grommet on the radiator. You're going to want to put your filler neck up under the cable for the hood. Line up those holes, line up your hose, put your hose on. Make sure everything is where it belongs. Put this little hose on your filler neck. And put your grommet through the bracket for your hood latch. Now you can put your hose clamp on. Now we're going to put our bolts in for the filler neck. So line up their holes. And get these started. We can tighten these down. Once that's in, now we're going to put our 4 bolts here, and the same on the other side. Now we can put our 4 bolts here, get them started by hand. We're replacing this bolt since ours was missing. And do the same on the other side, and then you can tighten it down. Tighten these down. And do the same on the other side. All right, so now we're on the passenger side. We're going to put our right hand, it says RH, on the plastic air duct. I'm going to slide it down, put this one on the right side. So you have to spin it this way and get the bottom started first. Once you slide that one in, you're going to put this one in on the top. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. Let's install our bumper. You're going to line it up as best you can so that it kind of just hangs there for a minute. And now we're going to slowly and carefully line everything up on the sides and attach this piece onto the vehicle. I'm going to slide it in. Should pop in like that, and then work your way to the other side. Once you have both of those sides in, everything else should line up where it needs to be. Make sure these clips are on top of this piece of the bumper. Let's put our air duct in here. I'm going to slide it down, line it up in the bottom, and push down. Once you push down, it will line up here. And we're going to put our plastic grommets in. You can continue putting these 3 in. And now we're going to put our bolts in. There's one on this side and one on the other side. Tighten these 2 down. You're gonna line up these with these pieces on your headlight. Make sure you slide it in before bolting it down. To do that, you're gonna position it down, tilt it a little bit. And then push it in, and it should be ready to go for your bolts. So you have a big bolt and two small ones. The big bolt goes up here. Start that by hand, and the two small ones go here. Just tighten these down. Go another quarter turn after it's tight. And then tighten that one. Do the same on the other side. Now we can plug in our headlights. Make sure you hear that click. Make sure it's on tight. Anytime you take out your headlights assembly and put it back in, you're going to want to make sure that your headlights are still in line where they need to be. If you need to adjust them, your adjuster's right here. For this side, we're going to plug it in. And there is 3 grommets that go into the headlight assembly. 2 up here and 1 below. Let's put our splash shield on. We're going to start by making sure these tabs are below your splash shield. And once you're lined up, you're going to see that there's a little push-on washer here. You're just going to push that in. And then you can get this 1 bolt started here. Once you get that one started, you can move on to the one in the back in the middle. That'll hold it up for you while you get your last 3 started. There's one on the edge here, on the driver's side. One on the passenger side. And one in the front on the passenger side. And the last one on the driver's side in the front. Now let's tighten those down. We're going to tighten our center one down. Go to the middle and the back. This one. And the last one. Place your grommet in, line up the hole. Once you get that in, you're going to put your center part in, and I'll lock it in. There are 4 of these. Make sure you do it here, 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 and here. We're gonna line things up. Tuck it in where it needs to be. Gonna kind of hunt for that hole over here. There it is, and I'm gonna put my fastener in there. Once you get that in place, it makes it a little easier. And now we're gonna go for this one. Just right there. And now we'll do this one here. Make sure you push this in so that this lip on the bumper is on top of it. Things should line up nicely now. You can put your plastic grommet here. Make sure everything lines up underneath and put your plastic grommets in. There's only 2 of them. Now you're going to put your screw in here and tighten it down. Do the same for the other side. Going to install our wheel. Start your lug nuts by hand. You're going to tighten up the lug nuts in a star-like pattern. Starting at the bottom, you're going to walk the wheel on. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to torque our wheels to 80 foot-pounds in a star-like pattern. Now we're going to fill our coolant. Make sure you have a funnel set up. You can have one like this. They're like universal funnels. They're helpful. Or you can just use a normal one. You're going to fill this until it stops going in, and it's about here and stays there. So now at this point, you have a little bit of liquid in your funnel, or if you don't have a funnel like this, you're right at the top. You're going to start the vehicle and let it get hot. Let that thermostat open. And then once the thermostat opens, you're going to see all this fluid go in and get through the engine. Then you're going to top it off. After it's bled, put your cap back on, and then you're going to fill up your reservoir to where it's between low and full, or if it's been running for a long time, you can put it all the way up to full when it's really hot. Now that we're full, we're going to remove our funnel. And fill up our reservoir. Use a funnel if you need to, or your universal. And you're going to fill this up to full if the vehicle is hot. Remove that, put your cap on, and now we can remove this. Now you can put your cap back on.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.